The athletes you are about to see on Phenomenal Elite Wrestling are highly trained professionals who have spent years mastering their craft. Every maneuver, stunt, and performance is executed under strict supervision and with safety precautions in place. We urge all viewers, especially younger audiences, to never attempt to replicate or perform any of the moves seen on this program at home, school, or anywhere else. Stay safe, enjoy the show, and remember, leave the wrestling to the pros.
First title match is a triple threat match scheduled for and it is for the PEW Internet Championship.
Very shortly, the contestants for this Internet Championship match, I'm sure, will start to make their way to the ring.
At this point, surely.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the man in a big cloak running around the ring, high-fiving people. What do you think? They're just like signaling for a taxi. The Invisible Man making his way into the ring right now, ready for his competition for the Internet Championship. You don't need a master's degree to be able to see the man in the ring, Dave.
What man in the ring?
That
man!
Yeah.
Introducing first, the Invisible Man!
Of course, the Invisible Man hasn't been seen for several months while recovering from a brutal attack.
Yeah, who was responsible for that? Riley Nova, that too. The man has been responsible for quite a few atrocities in the past few months here in PEW, ever since he's been associating himself with the likes of Freya and Joseph Connors, and of course our world champion Jack Selstrom.
Danny Mark trying to get his hands on the invisibility cloak.
1/3 of the Deathly Hallows, of course.
Of course.
Tyler Adams is popular as ever. He's coming off a defeat at Seeing Green against Jackie T. Adams with something of a mixed record, I should say, since he's been back here in PEW. He returned last November.
And an explosive return as well. Not been able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, he's proven to be just as obnoxious when he came back as he was beforehand. But can you imagine how insufferable this man would be if he walked out of Ettington tonight as the Internet Champion?
He certainly has the opportunity to do that. It is obviously a triple threat match. Champion does not have an advantage here.
And introducing the PEW Internet Champion.
Fordy, this past week, passing the 100-day mark as Internet Champion, won it in the first week of the year. Back at full circle. We were talking a few minutes ago about that group of Jack Selstrom and Bredford Better and Freya. I think in their ascension, maybe we've forgotten a little bit about the cause, this group that Fordy is a part of, headed by H. Hood, who's been absent for a while, but Hood is back tonight, the leader of that group. So I think the cause are going to be looking to reassert their own dominance here in PEW this evening.
I mean, absolutely, 2024 was a fantastic year for the cause, and 2025 for Fordy was his moment to sort of step up, step into the spotlight, gain that championship. What a way to kick the year off, and has held it ever since. Don't count the cause out. I mean, I've been saying for months, it works. We are seeing proven results of H. Hood's cause right here as Fordy holds that belt.
Fordy coming out here in the cause's camouflage gear, maybe hoping to match the invisibility of the Invisible Man, but to no avail. We can see him clearly.
Of course we can, the rain is gone.
That's what it's all about, Internet Championship. And Dan, you mentioned it a moment ago, but there is no champion's advantage under these kind of circumstances, because the first man to get a pinfall or submission, either over any one of their two opponents, will be the winner here. No DQs, no count-outs.
Absolutely, and if it's me, I'm getting the champion out of the ring as quick as possible. Try and take him out of action.
Very hard to know if the Invisible Man's in the ring or out of it.
It literally isn't. Oh look, there he is!
Clothesline from the Invisible Man as he comes back into view. Double drop kicks.
Gotta say, the Invisible Man is doing exactly what I think one should do in a triple threat match, which is striking while he's hot, getting going straight off the bat.
Invisible Man to the ropes here. Fordy, I think, headbutted the turnbuckle. Oh! Crossbody from the Invisible Man. Adams is nowhere to be seen. He'd scarper to the outside to try and get a bit of a time out there, and it could have cost him because he wasn't in the ring for the cover.
Yes, that's exactly right. I mean, it's a smart strategy, you might argue, to be outside of the ring and let your opponents take each other out. But the downside is it only takes 3 seconds, and if you're not in the ring to break up that count...
Now fang on Fordy. Fordy landing hard on his ankle. Invisible Man was headed that way, and Tyler Adams chose that moment to get back into the ring. Fordy seems to be all right. Whether that was a sincere injury to the ankle, I'm not sure.
I don't know whether or not.
Maybe it's has superhuman recovery powers. Hip thrust from Adams into the face of the Invisible Man.
Something about a champion's grit, being able to push through injuries.
Adams delivering that move a second time. Now, God knows what he's saying there, getting in the face of the Invisible Man. Adams going to be launched this time by Fordy. And to no avail, Invisible Man out of the way. A clothesline from Fordy, though, quickly preventing any kind of momentum that the Invisible Man might have been able to get from that. Adams taking exception to the fact that Fordy went for the cover.
I mean, whatever alliance was being built, or may still be being built here between these two.
And what were they expecting?
This is it. It's a fragile one at best.
Yeah, how can you have anything other than a temporary alliance? Only one of you can score the pin. It's a vicious kick from Fordy. Adams to the ropes. Drop kick to the side of the head, snapping that neck sideways. Adams again trying for the cover, and Fordy this time saying no. I think they're going to have to agree to disagree on who's going to get the pin and just focus on wearing down the Invisible Man for now. If you can take him out, it can be essentially a one-on-one match between Adams and Fordy. The Invisible Man, though, gets the boot up into the face of Adams. Uppercut to Fordy. Essentially a 2-on-1 handicap match at the moment.
If you can't get on the same page, which fortunately it seems like they're managing to get back on right now.
Oh! Invisible Man sent hard there into the corner, back of his head. bashing into that middle turnbuckle.
Bit of whiplash going on there as well for the Invisible Man. Tyler Adams using every ounce of his strength. And now Fordy doing the same.
Adams with Fordy's back turn, but he heard the referee's hand hitting the mat and realized Adams was trying to steal one again.
That was smart from Adams.
He is an opportunist, no doubt about that, Tyler Adams.
Opportunism is fantastic in a match like this.
Again though, just double teaming here on the Invisible Man. Damage to that left arm. Fordy stretching the right arm back, just forcing those shoulder blades together. Oh my God, I could break your arm. Invisible Man just screaming in pain. That looked horrendous.
Yeah, and I thought I could hear something crack there.
Adams and Fordy going to send the Invisible Man down. No, they're not. Somehow still had enough left in the tank to get the double clothesline.
That was instinctive from the Invisible Man. It might have done some extra damage to that arm, which was not supposed to bend the way it did.
All three men down, but they're all already stirring here. I think they're going to comfortably beat the count. Yes, they are. Adams trying to charge the Invisible Man, who got the elbow up. Couldn't block Fordy, though, with a clothesline. Drop kick from Adams. Yeah, so much for that alliance. Adams going to hook the arms here. Got that double underhook. Dropping him with a face buster. Stunner! Stunner from the Invisible Man! Fordy! Dropping the Invisible Man on his front. And Fordy will fold him up, looking to retain the Internet title. Adams prevents it from happening. Fordy, the 8th man to hold that Internet title. The first, by the way, was the leader of the cause, H. Hood, as we said. We're going to see in action a little bit later on against another Adams, Edgar Adams.
This alliance is well and truly off the cliff now, Dave. Adams and Fordy pushing each other. And they need to be careful to not allow any animosity to distract them from the third man in the ring.
Adams was able to duck the clothesline, but Fordy just too tall to get out of the way. Now Adams, and this is smart from Adams because he's taken the champion out of the ring. If he could somehow get the pinfall here or the submission, while Fordy's neutralized, he'll be the new Internet champion. Same's true though for the Invisible Man if he could do it to Adams. Clothesline. Trying to feed off the energy of the fans here in Ettington is the Invisible Man.
Yeah, and he can't waste too much time. He needs to keep on the offense because every second that the champion is out of the ring is a second he could take advantage.
That driver there, dropping Adams on the back of his neck.
Okay.
Now Invisible Man has disappeared.
This is what I'm talking about, this level of glad handing. You could be the Internet champion right now if you just...
Oh, there he is! What a big splash from literally nowhere! 2 count. Invisible Man just messing with the space-time continuum there to get a 2 count.
Oh, yes, messing with your head. What are you doing?
Oh, that's going to mess with the Invisible Man's head. Is it enough to bring Adams championship gold? Invisible Man gets that shoulder up. There's an example. Champion wasn't even in the ring, and we were less than half a second away from him losing that title without even being part of the decision.
And Dave, Adams has been throwing everything at this. I'm thinking of that fire that he threw the Invisible Man into the corner, the height he's got on some drop kicks.
You see like double underhook there again a second time. There's a second stunner from the Invisible Man. Here comes Fordy. Fordy low blow, no disqualification in a triple threat match inside Cradle, and Fordy, by nefarious means, holds on to the Internet title.
Dave, is it nefarious if it's within the confines of the rules, which that was in a triple threat match? He slid into the ring, saw an opportunity and took it. That's why we're hearing those words. Still your Internet champion, Fordy.
Well, get someone to do to you what Fordy just did, and we'll see if you are still in favour of it as a tactic.
I simply would not find myself in that position.
Well, there's rules, and then there's basic human decency. And Fordy, unfortunately, doesn't have regard for either, but he does have regard for championship gold. And that hunger, by any means necessary, to hold on to the Internet title has seen him win again here at Bangers.